Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
Here we are. Welcome in, everybody. It is April 3rd, 2025, TransTrem Thursday, and yeah, we're ready to go, I think. Let's get the boys in here. Let's see who's first in ringing the bell. We've got Mr. Jimmy Biter. We've got John DeShane. And we've got Randy the Ripper, R5 Price.
New
Welcome in.
lighting.
He just turned the overhead light on, is all he did.
Oh, he is
No,
white.
it usually is on. It was down to one bulb. Now it has 4 LEDs in it.
Holy, I'm Elga Bilsgo.
Right? So you have illuminated the situation.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like way too bright.
Yeah. Well, now you got to get you some colored lights and, all that fancy stuff. Little
One day,
flux capacitors and Van Halen signs and all kinds of good stuff.
I got a Van Halen sign. I just don't have anywhere back here to display it where it can be seen.
Well, I guess we can't have everything, right? So how you boys doing tonight?
Nice gunslinger, Jimmy.
Thanks.
What is that? Is that a BC Rich looking thing?
That's a gunslinger, man.
Yeah. I've always hated those headstocks. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, they always look like the tip of an arrowhead or something to me. I'm a little too aggressive.
A little too native for you.
Yeah, maybe that's the word.
That's the least aggressive BC Rich made.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's others that, got all the angles and whatnot.
Yeah. When I was a kid in like middle school learning how to play guitar, the other kids that were into metal, they were all buying like the BC Rich Warlock and Bitch starter packs with like the $99 made in somewhere on the planet over in Asia. Just horrible BC Rich guitars because they were metal looking. It's just like, whatever, dude, those suck. I'll just keep playing my Strat.
So, Jimmy, is that a complete matched guitar, or has that gone through different iterations of necks and bodies and pickups?
Original neck. It's the only two different things are Godot 1996 and a old Schaller distortion pickup.
Cool. Single knob?
Yep. Freshly
Unlike
leveled
Jimmy's third knob.
yeah. Freshly leveled and crowned this morning.
Freshly leveled.
You did that on your coffee break, right, Jimmy?
Yeah. I did that in between naps.
Speaking of BC Riches, I did get the email today from Sweetwater that the new Retro 2 gunslingers are now in stock, and they've added white to the color palette. They're like $900. I've considered picking one up.
Well,
I think they're pretty cool.
more ammunition for the guitar snow, right?
8 bags of 8 irons or 3 irons or 3 woods.
I don't care. You use what works.
Right.
So what? I have 20 AR-15s. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? It's America. Hey, before we get too far along, let's give some shout outs and some thanks to our channel members. We do have channel membership available on the channel. If you want to help support us in that manner, we greatly appreciate it. We thank you so very much to all of our old and new channel members. We appreciate all the support you guys have given us over all these months. And hit that join button. Show us some love. Need some new guitar strings. No, thank you, each and every one of you. We appreciate it. Let's get over to the chat, shall we? Shall we open it up? See who's here? Hopefully all these sound effects are working for me now. Yeah, they're working. All right, let's see. First in that I see is channel member. Nope. Yep. Nope. Is it? Nope. It's Earl Coli saying howdy, friends. Looking forward to the TransTrem Thursday. Stay safe and sound from stormy weather. What are we drinking? I just got some Diet Pepsi here, my friend.
Vodka, the whole bottle. It's been a day.
Kicking horse.
There you go. And of course, Jimmy is just drinking his own spit. Channel member, OU crew member, R2R3 Lockinut in the chat. He's going to be cleaning up a basement, and he had some flooding that happened. I guess his shitter overflowed or something.
Shitter's broke.
The horrible news about it is his new purple guitar was on the floor down there, and it's just covered and ruined. So
Yeah, for some reason he stored it face down on the concrete floor.
yeah, he just left it right next to the toilet. We got Sova. Christopher Live Sova is here saying, fellas, balls, volume, strength, get you, come on. Welcome in, Sova. Let's see, we've got Chuck C saying hey to the gunslinger guitar slingers.
Face and you suck your mom's dick.
Who?
Channel member Stephen Franklin is here. Welcome in. Saying, what's up, people? Happy Thursday. Good to see you, Mr. Franklin. We've got Fruitcake Tony is here as well. Opening up a new pack of chocolate chip cookies. 6 too many? F it.
Just
right
the
on,
right
man.
number.
Right
Just
on.
the right number, 6.
Exactly. Florida Claimer's Ted is hanging out. And we've got Wayne McConnell is here. Good to see you, sir. We've got Kevin Brava, formerly known as Peter Stroker, is here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Channel member Hillary is here. Happy Thursday to everybody. Good to see you, Hillary. Channel member, OU crew member, and panel member tonight is Jimmy Biter saying, what's up?
Wrong buttons.
Wrong buttons. Channel member Cushman NYC saying hey to the peoples. Good to see you, Cush. We got Zach Thong is here. Good to see you, Zach. We got the one, the only Kurt 5150 is here. Good to see you, Kurt. We got channel member Blue Mox. Blue. Hello, good people of Guitar World. Good to see you, Blue. Let's see. Did we say hey to Zach Thong? We're going to say it again right now. Good to see you, Zach. Channel member Cucumber CMBR is here saying, hey, good to see you. Good to see you. And we've got channel member Dan Gorman. Always, as always, sounding great. Did we say hey to channel member Cushman NYC? We're saying it right now. Welcome in, Cush. Good to see you. I think we did right before we said hey to Dan Gorman. All good. Channel member William De Silva is here. Good to see you, William. We got Daniel Berry Sports Highlights hanging out. Good to see you. We got the one, the only, the legend, Mitch Heyman is here saying hey to the crew. Good to see you, Mitch. Let's see. We've also got Dory McMahon is here saying hey, everybody. Good to see you, Dory. Welcome. The one, the only, greasiest of monkey guitars, Greasy Monkey Guitars, channel member is here. Right on. Good to see you. Let's see. We also have a channel member, Rob Blackmore official, one of the OGs, RBO. Good to see you, Robbie. Let's see. Channel member Steve Rezor is here saying hey to everybody. Good to see you. We've got Can't Drive 55 saying good evening, fellow Utes. Good to see you.
The 2 Utes.
We got the Yostinator is here. Good to see you. Let's see. Scrolling on down. We've got, we got Mark Spurgeon is here. He's live. Right on.
Sounds like an act.
That's some pretty good news.
To myself.
Well, we're glad to see that he's still alive. Right
That's
on.
right.
Let's see. Scrolling on down. Did we say hey to Yostinator? I'm going to say it again if we did. Greetings and salutations. Let's see. Scrolling. Steve Resor saying hey to everybody in the chat. Right on. Everyone. Let's see. Scrolling. We got Maddie, channel member of McConnell Music is here. I had a Warlock. It sucked. LMAO. Yeah. Bradley Wood is here as well. Good to see you, Bradley. Thanks for the return. Let's see. We have Sova. We've already said hey to. Says you drive Corvette and crotch rockets don't get old and soft. Big Dad. What? What was I getting soft on? Let's see. Scrolling. We said hey to Earl Carlisle already. Let's see. Renee Fernandez is here saying hey guys. Good to see you, Renee. Tim Thomas is here. Yo. What's up, dudes? Good to see you, Tim. Let's see. Scrolling. Channel member Hip Metalworks. Ken is here. Good to see you, sir. Let's see. Channel member and mod Arkansas saying hello
Arky.
to everyone. Good to see you, Arky. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Who else do we have? Let's see. Oh, we got some breaking. This just in. Apparently, Quentin has lost his internet from the tornado in Louisville. We all get a vacation from his post. Hopefully that story continues to develop for a long, long time.
Or not.
Well, the longer it develops, the longer that we'd have to report that he's still out of internet. So
Then he'll start
What?
phoning though.
You mean he's not going to go live 5 minutes before our
Yeah,
show ends?
he'll start phoning it in. That's right. Yep. He'll call every show that's live. Let's see. Did we get Can't Drive 55? I think we did. Hey, channel member Charles Green is here.
Chuck.
Hey.
What's up,
Good to see you, Chuck. Good to see you. Chuck and Mitch are going to be live tomorrow night, Friday night, right? Friday night
Already,
to go live.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I may make an appearance over there. Maybe jump on and say hey to everybody over there. So stay tuned over there. Make sure. I think there's a link in the description in there. Let me see. Is there one? Let me see. Charles 75. Yep, right there. Super Chef #1. So make sure you check out Mr. Verde's channel and give a sub over there if you haven't yet. All right, let's see. Let's get back to the roll call here. Let's see. I think there he is. Bo, Guitar Man 45, saying hey to the crew. Good to see you, Bo. Good to see you.
Bo.
Let's see. That's right. None of that feminine hygiene stuff in the toilet. Jeez. Let's see.
Burritos. No
He
burritos
called
in
him
the
something
toilet.
else that I would have used.
Let's see. Scrolling on down. Have I missed anybody?
I don't actually use them. I meant the word.
Cushman, I think we said hey to. And I think we are caught up in the chat.
Use them as ball separators, Jimmy. This kind of.
Well, tonight is going to be an unusual night. Not unusual in an unusual way. Just things feel kind of out of place tonight for me. I busted a string on the GL2T, right? We all remember that. So I had some strings that were gifted to me from a channel member, and they were 942s, and I usually use 1046. Always have on all the TransTrem guitars. And I figured, well, let me try the 942s on the old GL2T. So the strings have been stretching, and I've been calibrating, and it just feels completely different. It's like I'm playing a different guitar, so it's just feeling a little unusual for me tonight.
I thought you were going to say you've chosen to transition into something,
No,
a Green Martian or something.
no.
String. That's got to feel weird, though. Did that screw up all your...
The tension is just a bit different.
Yeah.
Most of the tension is held in with that main spring that you've all seen and you all thought was going to fly across the room. However, with a lighter string, you have to, I think, put less tension on that spring. So it has changed the feel of the whole trim system. But I don't know. We'll see.
Bit looser feeling.
Just maybe slightly. Not as much as I thought it would have, but it is a little different. So we'll have to see how that...
do a ripping rendition of Sorrow for us.
We'll have to see how that messes with the muscle memory.
Or if you really want to try, do Get Up.
Well, I mean, if nothing else, it would break a string again, probably. I really don't think that little 9 can handle Get Up.
Yeah.
And
Summer nights, you pull her all the way up twice. Right?
Summer night goes all the way up twice. Yep.
Twice, yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
got 2 shots at busting it. Other
Yep.
than that, you're
Yeah,
okay.
for sure. So I don't know, but it's all fresh. She's all cleaned up. I polished the fretboard, nice and shiny, looking brand new.
You
Put a
use
new
anything?
Put a new battery in it. I just use some regular old, what is that? F1 oil or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Music Nomad F1.
Yeah. And just cleaned it up. And
Looks nice, man.
yeah, she's good to go. Fresh battery, all shined up. So she ought to be growling tonight. Let's see. Well, there we go. She's sounding all right.
Sounded really good. She hung in down in the basement pretty good.
Yeah,
The low beat was a little bit, but other than that, it was great.
Yeah, it definitely required a complete new calibration setup. All the little knobs had to be turned quite a bit, so it definitely.
What did Ed use gauge-wise?
I don't know. I would assume 942s, but I don't know. I don't have any idea.
It's funny, we know what toilet paper he used to wipe his ass, but not what string gauge on the TransTrem.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I was told when I purchased the guitar that the bench string was a 9-42, and I'm pretty sure that I may have asked what he used, and I think that may be what they told me. And I think that once I got this guitar, it came with 942, and it busted the E string so quickly that I was like, nah, I got to go up. Because a guy like Edward Van Halen, he can afford, a pack of 1,000 strings and afford to change them every night,
Well, yeah, exactly.
When these suckers are $25 a pack, I can't be affording to change those every week, so got to find something that'll last a little bit. They definitely, when I dropped down to the basement, they were much slinkier.
Sounds different, quite a bit different too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Different feel to it. Yeah. So I saw a Trev jump in here, and he, let's see. Yeah, there he goes. Tried to pop in from the road, but couldn't get sound on my cell from Evie Mux. Well, that's a bummer, man. So we will let's see if maybe he can arrive in time to jump in before we end up. Let's see. Let me scroll back up through the chat here. I'm going to go from the bottom up a little bit. Let's
He'll
see.
be here before R2 gets here. So
William is asking if anybody's seen All Dave All Night around. Everything okay with him? Yeah, I think he's good. I haven't seen him in a little bit, but he was here, a week or so ago? A couple shows ago, anyway. Let's see. Blue Mox. Oddly to me, the lower sounded thicker and tighter. Could be the new battery as well. I did put a new battery. That's right. Charmin 2-ply. Darboard is here. Welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you.
What's up, Darren?
Let's see. Eddie Faye is here as well. Good to see you, Eddie. Closed my eyes and it sounded like EVH was playing. Man, that's quite a compliment there, dude. I think you're full of BS, but no, I appreciate it. That's right. It is working real good. So we'll give it a little workout tonight. Yep. Polished up the board and buffed the bill. Right on. Standard set. Yeah, I think it was a 942 for him. Let's see. Hillary says, sorry if I missed a hellos. Internet where I'm at is no bueno. You must be next to Randy over there.
Nope.
No. Been having all kinds of the trouble with the internets over in that direction.
It's acting stupid tonight.
You got full bars, buddy.
Still acting stupid.
I think I'm caught up. Well, hopefully my computer doesn't keep just shutting down on me again. I had to reboot it like 4 times before I could start the show for my camera to come in. So
Oof.
some kind of Windows update or something has caused something to go awry. And
Well, they call it an update, but it's actually a beta update. And then they
Right.
see how fucks everybody, and then they patch it.
right.
So
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
that's quick.
So maybe we'll see something soon. But anyway, what are we doing tonight, boys?
You want to do a TransTrem extravaganza, or do you want to just roll into it nice and easy? Or do you wanna rock it up, or
I'm good with just rolling into whatever. If you're ready to bust out with some tunes, and go right ahead. You got a track that you've been dying to play?
been a minute since we've done dogs, and I saw Blackmore here, and he likes it.
Yeah, hit it, man. That's E, right? D minor? D.
D is in dog.
Right on, boys. That sounded pretty good. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad.
Evening.
Yeah.
No, not bad at all. We got a couple folks strolling in. Let's say hello to AMC Kingdom. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. We got Mean Joe McGraw, channel member, is here saying hey to everybody. And I think, was there anybody else? Darboard found his way in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Also, yeah, we got it right here. Got it here. Darboard throwing some cha-ching out there for us. Thank you very much, Darboard. A $20 super chat. Thank you, sir, to say towards some new strings. We will use it. Definitely, awesome, sir. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate it.
Very cool. Very nice.
Always appreciate the channel support from everyone. Thank you. Let's see. We've got, let's see, Charles, Mr. Verde saying, sounding so good. Randy. Right
Charles,
say it right.
fucking
Sounds so
rogue,
good.
bro.
Randy.
Kurt 5150 has a question for the Randomeister. Do you prefer white, vintage white, or cream colored guitars?
Yes.
Don't forget Olympic white, Kurt.
All of the above.
Arctic
Olympic
white,
white's
polar
okay.
white.
Vanilla shake. It's sent back. I'm waiting on the replacement to show up. Maybe
Nice.
by Sunday. I'm not going to hold my breath, though.
Darboard must like the sound effects. He's got another one for us. Right on. Thank you. Thank you, Darboard. $5 super chat. Might as well get all 6 strings. Might as well.
You got a full set.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Certainly. Certainly do. Let's see. Bradley Wood is here. Good to see you, sir. Can you run through your cab mic specs real quick?
No.
There is a video that you can go watch on the channel. It's a quick run through of the rig back there. So feel free to watch that. May go through a really in-depth video, or maybe a guitarsenal one night. We'll take maybe something where we got a day off the next day and do like a 3-hour guitarsenal going through the wet, dry, wet rig.
You can do it in an hour. We won't show up, and you can,
There you go.
I just got a vision of Quentin James bending over in his track pants and his ass cracks
Hey, dude.
over the rack.
Jeez.
And over here, I got my H90 harmonizer. Oh, that's my ball sack. Sorry.
Oops, that's from the Geritol.
And I have this petrified piece of turd that Quentin mailed me as decoration on top.
Let's see. Boys, I'm kind of curious if it'll make it through.
Let's do it.
Rip it.
So that was different. That was different. It felt different. It was a couple little spots. Everything felt loose, and it was kind of like, uh-oh. Different. Very strange how just a different string gauge will make a song feel different. But thought it sounded pretty good. What'd you guys think?
Sounded good to
Sounded
me.
great.
But I know what you're saying on the feel thing. I played a buddy of mine at work's guitar, and he had like 8 to 38s on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It was like playing with freaking like spaghetti noodles or something. I don't know. It was weird. But it was extremely bright sounding guitar with those strings on it. And they
Your
say
buddy's
yeah.
guitar was? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they say the lighter they are, the brighter they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one, it sounded different to me as well. I don't know. Weird. I don't know.
I don't think it did
like
sound different, but I don't think it was in a bad way. I don't know. I think it popped more to me, honestly.
Let's scroll up and see what is going on in the chat here. Let's see. We got George Barza is here. Good to see you, George. Welcome back.
George, been a long time.
That's right, Charles. It's official. Summer starts right now. Hot summer nights. Joe McGraw says, rare mood, sorry, but I love this song. Right on, man. Let's see. Kurt 5150, that was for you, my man. I'm here. I saw you here, so we played it for you here for the summer nights. Let's see. Scrolling on down. Zach Thong, I want some summer weather right now. I'm so over winter.
Come to Georgia.
You gotta move down south a little bit. You get a little earlier.
It's going to be like 90 tomorrow.
Let's see. Yostinator says, I think those lighter strings livened up that axe a bit. Could be. Of course, it always sounds great when
Battery,
it's
though, too, right?
new.
You shouldn't-
Yeah, new strings, new battery. So let's see. Yep, that's right. Nearly 90 today. Let's see. Anything else going on in the chat? Everybody saying hey to everybody. Right on.
And humid AF.
No need for a humidifier.
Oh, no. This thing was whacked out of tune.
There. You know, it's not often that I'll take a compliment like that, but I agree with that one. I think I sound better than Satch did on Summer Nights. Sorry. I just do.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You sound better than all those other tribute guys on Summer Nights, too.
Thank you, Darboard. Appreciate it. Let's see. Scrolling. Just making
Big thing
sure.
with that is the swing and the feel. A lot of guys can technically do it, but it's like, I'm playing this part now. Oh, now I'm going to play this part. There's no swing and roll.
There is a certain groove to that song for sure. Yep.
And Ed in general.
Gentlemen,
Uh-oh.
it didn't last.
No one cares.
Just this in. QFJ goes live. I love it. We don't care.
Too bad that tornado missed.
Near miss.
You know, the other night he's talking about tornadoes and all this shit, and I texted him. I said, "Hey, bud, batten down the hatches, man. I hear you got some nasty weather up there. You good?" Nothing. Silence.
Right?
7 minutes later, there's a post on Facebook where he's tagged me where Steve's calling him, I guess, to check on him. And I'm like, well, thanks for texting me back, you bastard.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, you're not in like Steve's in.
Well, we like Steve, so.
We do like Steve.
Gentlemen, I'm going to let you guys kind of take off here in just a bit. For a few minutes, I'm going to do some calibrating.
We're going to go for supper. I'll be back in an hour, guys.
Now, I'm going to calibrate through this again because it's, like I said, fresh strings, different gauge. So I'll be right back.
You want to play something on that clown jizz guitar, Jimmy, or you want to do around? Or what?
Speaking of
Hey, this
Steve,
is my Easter guitar, so
Hey, Easter Bunny jizz.
what's up, Steve?
Steve-O!
Tonker. How dare
Holy
you.
Jesus, there it is. Look at that. Look at that. Uh-huh.
I really like Can't Drive 55.
Ooh.
Parking brake came loose. High fructose corn syrup in the gas tank.
What's Eddie Fay saying there?
Somebody stuffed his muffler full of hamster tampons. What do I got here? This is a 1989 Tracer PV Tracer 2 in Easter Bunny jizz.
Eddie Fay was saying in Van Halen stuff, there's a guy, No Loves VH, on the tubes, does some cool covers, and amazingly, he does Summer Nights without the TransTrem. It just don't sound right without one. Just don't sound
Popping
right
a
without
capo
one.
off, you lose that feel where you kind of rise into the, the bars raising up, and then you can hear the, the pitch going up. That's all part of the feel.
Right. They're
What do you mean, like this?
Yep.
yeah. So you just that chord you just hit, there was a spank on that that's new. Like it just like a rubber band popping you in the ear.
Interesting.
It was sharper. Not pitch wise, well note pitch wise, but it was just a sharper sound.
I had my room mic on as well, so maybe that did that. Who knows? So yeah, that was a great round that you guys just played there. I appreciate you. It sounded great. Yeah.
But we were entertaining people.
What's up, Steve?
There you go.
String gauge is a touchy subject. I see what you did there.
Eddie Fay, I'll check that out.
Steve does say that lighter strings sound better. Fact, in his mind.
I agree. Rick Beato agrees too. We all know how Quentin feels about Rick Beato.
Right? Arkansas, Ryan is all loud and clear, and everyone else sounds so low. You turn it up, and then he blows you out of the water.
It's because everybody else is running a digital back end, and Ryan's not.
What do you mean as far as... she's talking about vocals, not the guitars.
Oh, my bad. I'll shut up.
That's because all of them keep their vocal mic level down so far, I guess.
Well,
And I sit right here on the microphone where they're like, maybe if I did that like they do, that would be the same thing.
What about now?
Sounds fine to me. They all sound the same volume to me. So I
Who's
don't know.
what?
Arky's complaining that she can't hear any of you guys on the microphone. You're too far away from your mic.
So far away from me.
Let's see.
You're
What
so
else we got?
far.
What do you mean by this?
Andy loves.
He doesn't know.
Is that a new tune you're working on?
Goes with that.
Oh, that almost sounded like cowbell. We need more cowbell.
Wanna try something new?
Sure.
D minor. D. Dogs.
Big round of applause for that one being over.
We got to do a show with Steve where we play all this lounge lizardy shit.
Where was that, John? That was like the theme song during a sex scene in like a
That
terrible.
that was
80s
like
movie.
if Kenny G and Satriani had a gay kid.
That's what you're listening to when you're getting a Vietnamese hand job.
That's very much sets the mood. Very much.
Oh, Lord.
With nice melodies. My arm tired. Finish up, round knife.
We got No Man's Land is here. He says, I hear the fish flag isn't ready for retirement. You can throw that one all over that one for sure, man.
Play that one from Mishmash that we did last week. We want to hear some more fish flags.
Yeah.
That would be this one?
E major.
C sharp minor.
No, that's not that one.
That one's horrible too.
There it is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let's do it.
What key was that in?
C sharp minor.
C sharp minor. Okay. We'll let John get started for us.
Does it make me gay for liking that song?
Not at all. I actually don't mind that one myself. It's not too bad.
Like that one. Quite like that one.
All right. All of us got our walls on now.
That was a good place to use a wall. Jimmy did a great little, was it Souls of Distortion? Wow, 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 down, down. That's cool, man. I like that.
Well, it's not me.
Nope.
It's Randy's air conditioner.
I'm muted, brah.
Let's see what else is going on in the chat. Eddie Faye, loving that you guys are playing some newer tones, stepping out on a limb, sounding great. Thank you, Eddie. Yeah, we try to keep it changed up a little bit.
Yep.
Kurt
Stepped
says
out on a
that was
limb,
good, boys.
It broke, and I hit every branch on the way down.
Right? Twice.
In the face.
Let's see. Quentin, all about that cream. I don't know nothing about that.
He does have very creamy thighs.
Who, Quentin?
No, he has very pale,
Pasty creamy.
pasty. That's exactly the word.
It
Pasty
looks like
thighs.
30-day-old chicken skin hanging on a clothesline.
There you go. Except not in the sun, in the cold, or somewhere where it stays white.
That'll be on Facebook in 5 minutes.
Probably. Darboard, that was great. Love everyone's little twist on that one. Right on, man.
Cool, man.
I did see that Yost was like the only person that caught the photograph solo.
Right? Well, I heard the Def Leppard in there. I just couldn't say anything at the time. And it wasn't all that impressive, so I forgot about it when it was over.
Instantly.
Yeah, that solo's not good slowed down.
KXM Rock. He says, ooh. Is KXM here earlier?
He was.
Well, if we said hello, okay. Just making sure we acknowledged and let him know that he's appreciated. Welcome
We'll
in.
do next Thursday. It seems like people like the different stuff, so I'll get together some disco themes,
Well, speaking of which,
70s funk.
you know, I'm all about helping to support other channels.
However,
No, there's no however. So, a lot of
some shit, Ryan.
a lot of the new cool stuff that I've been getting has come from stuff that Lori's Mishmash has put on.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, she has a Gary Moore styled backing track. So, I would encourage anyone that plays guitar to go and download the track and send her something. I'm going to work on something tonight and see if I can get it recorded after the show and send it in. So it's a A minor Gary Moorish kind of tune. Let me see if I can look it up real quick.
Something like this.
No. Nothing like that. I am going to actually get the link.
The rinky dink.
Copy the link, and I will put the link here in the chat for anyone that wants to go and check out the track.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll need to send it over to Laura if you want her to play it on her show tomorrow. If you send her something and you heard it here, let her know that you heard it from over here. So. And let's see, I'll pull this up and I will play this and then I'll see if I can share the media. No, it won't be the media. It'll be close this down. Share a screen? Yeah, perhaps. There we go. And then if I come over here and I add that, and then I can do this. And I probably need to unmute it. Can you hear it? Yeah? Robbie Single, welcome to the All Night Roll.
yeah, do that. Oh yeah, go for it, man. You do some nice TransTrem stuff there.
That'd be something to work on. But anyway, would encourage anybody to get something together and send it in to her for tomorrow's show.
Offline, Ryan. Ryan, you're
What?
offline.
What?
What?
I'm offline?
Well, one of you is.
Well, that must have been just what I was sharing went offline. I'm still here, right?
I see. You're still there.
Yeah, should be.
Front of our
So-
naked, steaming eyes. Is that what they say?
That is Parisian Walkways, by the way.
There you go.
Is that the name of the tune?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Sounds like a slowed down version of Still Got the Blues.
Oh, Gary liked that chord progression. But that was there's the version of just Gary, and then there's the version Gary re-recorded with Phil Lynott as well.
Very nice. You should rip that one up there. Have a go. A go-ski.
I'm going to see if this thing is going to make it through these TransTrem tunes tonight.
Hey, Stingle. Brother Stingle. Report from the field.
Well, it made it through.
Probably more punchy too.
I think so. I don't know if that's the battery change or the strings, so we will have to see.
If we were science-minded people, we would do one at a time.
Yeah, well, who's got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's bullshit.
Maybe try those 9s on Fire in the Hole. Like I did earlier on the show. Yeah, we played that earlier. Let's see. But I did not play. That sounded pretty darn good. I don't know. Maybe
part of the secret sauce, those 9s.
Maybe something to do with the 9s. Who knows? Oh, well.
Hard to say.
What's next, boys? What is next? Where are we at? We hour and 23 minutes. Yeah, we're doing okay. I'm just chilling tonight. Just chilling. Let's see. Anybody new found their way in? We said hey to Robbie already. Yep.
We did.
What's up, Robbie?
Let's see.
Mark Spogren. Yeah.
I don't think anybody else knew. And I'm pretty sure we said hey to, we said hey to Faye. Sounds like you're playing a slide. Yeah, that's one of the things is it definitely does give it kind of a slide, kind of Hawaiian sound. Let's see. Did we say hello to, where was that name? Yeah, Mark Spurgeon. Yeah, we said hey.
He's got lots of time.
Eddie Faye says, you guys have this level of talent. What if EVH were tapped to play the next 007 theme? What would it sound like? I don't know. That's interesting, though. Let's see.
Probably sound like a mix between Eruption and Cathedral, just like a solo spot.
Probably sounds something like, let's see. I don't know the rest of it. I don't know. That'd be interesting. Rob Blackmore, 9s sound better, Ryan. It's not an edgy on the low end, if that makes sense. Well, who knows? We'll see how long these last. If these last quite a while, then maybe we'll give it a shot. Let's see.
Give it a shot.
You boys want to take a round? I'll be right back.
Want to do Gary? Randy?
What?
Want to do some Gary Moore?
No.
Okay. Any requests?
About something a little upbeat and rocking. About that one Jimmy likes.
That one?
a cool groove. I need to find what the chords are in there. I know obviously it's an E. And then I guess it goes to that there. What is that, a D?
What?
The changes in that. Like an E, a D or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along.
Absolutely. And that's part of the fun.
Tis.
Should we do the whole trifecta tonight?
Of. Yeah.
silence that speaks so much louder than words. The promise is broken.
Well, there we go.
The song's so good.
Cool.
And it's actually pretty easy too. You know, just hit an E chord and an A and yeah, off you go.
You know, I never paid that Floyd album much attention.
It's a good one.
It's
man.
fucking
It's a good one.
fantastic. It's a fantastic album.
Yep.
Start to finish, man.
It's a momentary lapse of reason, is that right?
Or if you're British, it's a momentary.
Momentary. Sorry, I had a momentary brain fart there, John. Or if you're British, what?
You're British.
British. Yeah.
And you eat a lot of aluminium.
A lot of aluminium
Aluminium.
and water.
What?
No consonants. T-A-R-Y is tree. Military.
All right, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Shut
Fuck
up, Quentin.
off.
Shut up!
You could have let the end of that go.
Shut up!
Let's see.
That's
Let's
not
see.
the same one. What about the ones that the TH is pronounced as an FR instead of through? It's fru.
Or schedule.
Schedule.
Get the hardcore Irish or Scottish. Holy Christ.
Dag tags.
What I like is like an Irish accent. Like anything with a TH is just like
Yep.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Those are tree guys over there. Tree boys playing guitar.
You know what I'm fucking talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. About.
Just watch Braveheart. You'll get it.
Well, boys, we are nearing 5 minutes to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think we are about ready to wrap things up so that everyone can go over and check out Arky's stream. Not Quentin's, Arky's stream. Arky will be going live in just a few minutes, so make sure everybody goes over to see Arky. So, any last words for this evening, boys? No, nothing.
I was going to see if you guys wanted to do something a little more experimental, but that's okay. We can do it next time.
Well, we can. I mean, we've got 5 minutes, so we can.
Randy's like, what the fuck?
Randy's like, no, I'm done.
Randy had a long day today.
We'll skip it, man. We'll do it on Sunday.
All right, something to look forward to. So, Blue Mox, a joke not. You have helped me shape my tone. Never going back. Right on, man.
Awesome, man.
We're here for the smiles and the inspiration. You guys inspire us to continue playing, even though it's the same thing over and over again. But we appreciate it. So we will see everybody for Sunday's Chat and Jam, Community Jam.
Yes.
And let's say hello to Nelson Rodriguez as he happens to stumble into the door. He is still alive and well. So... let's see. Robbie says, does the TransTrem have a solid steel base plate? I guess it depends on which ones that you get. The early version ones were all milled. This version 2 were cast. And this one that I have in the other guitar is an RWB replacement. So it's all milled. And I think it's all stainless steel. But anyway, Dan Gorman, I'm always inspired when I come here. Right on, man. Appreciate you. Guitar Talk Universe Sunday. That's so weird, as I too shall be on Sunday. Get out of here, Quentin. I'll ban you.
Beat it.
Sean Plays Guitar is here saying, hey, dudes. Right on, man. You caught us as we were just walking out the door. We appreciate you jumping in and saying hello. And we appreciate anybody that's been here all night and watched through. Anybody that's here for the replay, thank you for tuning in and watching for us. Mm-hmm. And we'll see everybody on Sunday for the Sunday Community Jam. And I'll see a bunch of people tomorrow night over with Chuck and Mitch over on his. Make sure you check out the link for Charles's channel. It's the last one in the list. Super Chef something or another on the link. So click that, give him a sub. And I'll see you over there tomorrow. So until next time, we will see everybody. Latest. Bye. Hasta la vista. Adios. All that
Fuck
good
you,
stuff.
Quentin.
There you go.
See ya.
Marshall Murray, good to see you, man.
And
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
See ya.